Get Chodesh, good morning. Today's Lamed Sivan. We're learning Siman, Kifni, and Bayis Isir Yechid, ושאר Knayvas Benushim. We're up to Os High. Bayis, Shapizcha Pisiech L'Shis Rabim. A house that the door is open to the Shis Rabim, to the public domain. Then Ein Sham Isir Yechid Balayl Bayom. There's no Isir Yechid, there's no prohibition against being by themselves during the day. But once the night starts to fall, and also the same thing is once even the sun is starting to set, as long as people are still walking on the streets, there's no isur. But if it's a familiar relationship, they grew up together, the relatives, or her husband already warned her, not to caution her, not they shouldn't be alone by themselves. They should not be together, even if the husband is in the same city. Even though the door of the house is open to the public domain. With regards to a young girl, she's younger than 3 years. You're allowed, you're permitted to be alone with her, also a boy, by boy it's from 9 years. A woman could be babysitting as long as he's under 9 years old. A man that doesn't have a wife, because he should not be a teacher, a rebbe for children, because the mothers are coming to school. So it comes out that he is going to be alone with this woman because the boys are underage. No, I don't know, but it's going to come out. We don't need the woman to be. We'll see soon the opposite. Yes, over here we don't need the wife of the Rebbe to also work in the same school, but as long as he's married, she should be in the same city. She is at home, and he is in the school. A woman should not be teaching children, even though the husband is in the same city, only if he is in the same house. We're talking about like babysitting. She's babysitting 3-month-olds and her husband is not around, that's a problem. Because the husbands are dropping off the kids. A person should distance himself from women with great degree. He's not allowed to gesture with his hands or feet, or with his feet, or to hint with his eyes, to wink to a woman. He's not allowed to be playful with her. To be lightheaded with her, or to gaze at her beauty. You're not allowed to smell fragrances that are particular to women, like women's perfume, especially when she's holding it in her hand, or they're hanging from her. You're not allowed to gaze at the decorative, colorful garments, especially if he knows the woman, even though she's not dressed in these garments at the time. But maybe he's going to have thoughts about her. If he comes upon a woman in the streets, he's not allowed to walk behind her. He should rather hurry and walk from besides, or she should be behind him. Also, the same as with the wife. A person should not walk, only in Wuritz says walks behind his wife, but he shouldn't tell her, should wait. And if she asks, why are you waiting till I'm upstairs, should say, because rather I should walk before you. Be nice about it. Don't make it into a teaching session. It shouldn't pass by the entrance of a Bayis Zoyna. Even from a distance from 8 feet. A person that gazes even on a small finger of a woman, and he intends to derive pleasure from seeing it. There's a very guilty sin. Have a wonderful Chodesh. And he's not allowed to listen. A person should not be prohibited to listen to a sound of a woman singing, or to gaze at her hair. Tess You're not allowed to ask or how a woman is doing. You can say good morning, Mazel Tov, all that, good Shabbos, but to ask how you doing, how was Shabbos, how was how was Yom Tov, all that, you're not allowed to ask. You're not allowed to make it personal. But even through her husband, you can't send a message to the husband, say, tell your wife I asked how she's doing. You can't ask how she's doing. When he writes a letter a text to the husband, you're not allowed to write to her husband, how's your wife doing? You could ask the husband, don't say, tell your wife that I asked her how she's doing, but you're allowed to ask the husband, how's your wife doing? Tell me how your wife is doing. So in the Rebbe, the Lubavitcher Rebbe would write letters to men, he would write Shulam Avrucha, and for women he would write Brucha v'Shulam. So Shulam Avrucha is Shulam, how are you doing? A Brucha, and I'm giving you a Brucha. For a woman he wouldn't say Shulam first, he would say Brucha v'Shulam. I'm giving you a Brucha that there should be Shulam. Yid, someone that hugs and kisses of even one of his relatives, even though he has no hanua, he doesn't derive any pleasure, he's doing an isir, he's going to say there's no kraiva to erva, there are no people who are related that are allowed to hug and give a kiss, only a father to a daughter and a mother to a son, and some say it's even a mitzvah, even if they're older, but only those kroivim are allowed, so the other relatives are not allowed. A person should not act in a manner, an intimate manner, such as to check her head for lice in front of others, so others shouldn't come to improper thoughts by seeing a couple being closely intimate with each other. A person shouldn't live in his in-laws' house only if they have a room that is private and is set away just for them. Yid Gimel. This is even if the wife is not home, right? Even if just the husband. Okay, fine. Yid Gimel. Kvad herichi gedol yizal b'surim kedosh b'sefram kedoshim b'soichechois misurim ala minig hora b'aizem akoimas. So many gedol Yisrael have at length discussed in their sfurim and rebuked ala minig hora b'aizem akoimas in regards to the evil practice in certain places, that is not imbued in the view of Torah and the fear of Hashem, that the chus and kala go together, they dance, and they hug, they embrace each other, and they kiss. And also, bucherim and girls dance together. Besides, for the big isir of isir nida, sharai kol b'silas mustam nida sign, all the girls that aren't married are most likely are nidas. There's no isir nida, a difference between an isir nida from a girl to someone that's married. Whoever touches her in an affectionate manner, chav malchus, is supposed to get lashes. He is inciting the yatzahara, the evil inclination in himself. And he brings himself to being hard. God forbid to masturbate. And if someone has the ability to protest, he is required to be strong and to protest with all his might. Tzurich kol ish, and at the very least, Every person that has the fear of Hashem in his heart, he should be the master of his home. He should supervise his household. They should distance themselves from this abomination. And whoever has the ability to protest, and he doesn't protest, he's included, he's implicated in this sin. And whoever saves other people from this hitzel, he saved his soul, and it's good for him. Yid Dalet. A woman who one wishes to marry, he's allowed, and it's appropriate to look at her and to see if he's attracted to her. He shouldn't be looking at her in a lustful manner. And regarding this, it says, I forged a bris, a covenant, with my eyes, and I would not gaze at a girl, at a maiden. Have a wonderful chodesh. Thank you for listening with me. Hatzlucha ibrucha.